So could you start off and introduce yourself to our site visitors at popculturemadness.com and concertblogger.com?
I am Chris Kael from Five Finger Death Punch. I play the bass.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining me here at Mayhem. We've just been discussing how hot and brutal this tour has been, but, you know, obviously you guys are enjoying it. How's it been so far?
It's been, other than hot, it's been incredible. And even like the heat has given it a different sort of energy. You know, nothing better than a real hot, sweaty metal show, for sure. So
it's rock and roll, man. That is absolutely rock and roll.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
That's great. I mean, you guys are true Mayhem veterans now, almost, I guess, to look at it that way. So, I mean, how's this year compare?
I mean, co-headlining with Rob Zombie certainly does not suck. You know, came from a point where Death Punch started off on the festival stages on the side, you know, 2 o'clock in the afternoon out there in the blazing sun coming down on you, and now we get to kind of close out the night with a little cooler temperatures and big lights and nice little CO2 cannons and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's been great.
That's awesome. I mean, even watching the evolution of your band from then until now has been incredible. I mean, your fan base has just continued to grow and become more and more rabid and insane. And how fun is that? I mean, what's that experience been like for you?
You know, it's great to be doing a show as big as Mayhem with as many people are out there and seeing all those voices out there singing along. Actually, to get all tech geek on you, I think it was in Jersey, the show we were talking about. Normally, the band registers at 102 decibels coming off the stage. At one point, the reader read that the crowd was at 107 decibels.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so the crowd was louder than what we already were up there. So yeah, I think that's been the loudest crowd so far, the 107 decibels. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, you guys, I mean, for that to be that loud, I mean, you guys have witnessed European touring and here in the States. How does that compare?
It's, I mean, it's great all the way around. It's the good thing about touring Europe is, you know, you're so far away from home, but yet right when you're getting ready to go on, you still have that familiar chant of Five Finger Death Punch before you go on. So it's incredible knowing that our reach goes, you know, pretty much between here and Europe at this point, and hopefully even further than that coming up over the next year with all the touring we'll be doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So can we talk a little bit about the upcoming new album? It's due out on the 30th, right? So what can you share with us about the recording process for that?
It was long, but it was very productive, obviously, because, you know, we're doing 2 albums, essentially. We got the first one coming out July 30th, which is less than a week away from right now.
Is everything done on both?
Obviously the first one's done because it comes out this next week, but we just finished up some vocals just a few days ago on one of the last songs. I also have a new guest appearance on that one that was done that same day. So it's 99% done. At this point, it's going into the mixing phase for, you know, the last couple of songs. But yeah, essentially all done. Yeah, we plugged away from September all the way through May, killing it every single day. Very few days off in there, just plugging away and plugging away. So.
Take us in the studio, maybe for one track in particular that stands out in your mind, and tell me what the mindset was like.
The one that probably stands out the most for all of us is the Lift Me Up single with Rob Halford on there. You know, we had the song wrapped up, and we're like, you know, it's got a cool kind of vibe. I mean, the driving guitars kind of reminded us of like an old Judas Priest song, and I don't remember who brought it up, but they were like, let's try to get in touch with Rob Halford and see if he'll do a guest vocal on there. So we had our management reach out to him, and he called us back immediately, and we got back into the studio. That just a couple days later, he actually flew out to Vegas, and I got to witness the God himself in there working on his vocals. Yeah, so
what's that like to kind of work? I mean, it's got to be a surreal experience.
It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, I mean, growing up listening to, you know, Point of Entry and Screaming for Vengeance, all the great albums, and then having a band now with Rob Halford guesting on a track, something you'd never even imagine. You know, you dream big, but I don't think even I dream that big. Yeah.
Well, now that dream's kind of become a reality, is there anybody else that you would like to collaborate with?
The biggest thing for me, I would love to go out on tour with Metallica. Yeah, just a big worldwide tour.
Just saw them with 500 people in San Diego for Comic-Con. Incredible.
Oh yeah. Those guys, you know, it's one of the biggest influences of my growing up, and would love to be able to tag along and see how those guys do things. I learned a lot from watching Rob, and I would love to be able to get the chance to tour with Metallica and kind of take notes, see what they're doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Of course, I think they've got it pretty much mastered down. But hey, you know what? You guys aren't doing too bad yourself.
Yeah. No complaints on that end. But yeah, you got Metallica, and then there's everybody else. You know.
No, I mean, you guys are such road warriors. I mean, you're always touring, and I mean, constantly. Every time it's like a new tour, and you guys have an upcoming tour coming up in the fall with Escape the Fate. And what are you most looking forward to with that one?
Days off. No, I mean, this is the part that I love. I mean, the studio, it's its own animal, but being able to get out there, interact with the fans, and have that immediate reaction when you're up there playing live, that's the whole reason everybody gets into music, is to be able to get that intense feeling from everybody out there, singing along and pitting and starting all kinds of fires up on the lawn and whatnot. So that's the thing I look forward to most, is just all the touring. It's nice to be out of the studio after having been in there for 8 or 9 months and get out there and get that immediate reaction.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys, speaking of immediate reactions, too, I mean, you guys have such a presence on social media, and you all seem like you're very, very active on that. How important has that been to the evolution of the band and the uprise of a lot of your success?
We're one of the first bands to kind of come up in the age of social networking,
You've embraced it, which is great.
Completely, yeah. We saw it as an opportunity to be able to keep in direct contact with fans, rather than, I mean, now you don't have the filter of, we're going to put out a release and you got to go through management and they got to talk to the publicist. No, you want to get something else, nice little tweet and done, Exactly. Yeah, so
you reach thousands of people like immediately.
Yeah, on Facebook alone, I think our followers are at like 2.6, 2.7 million. So, one post and reach that vast audience, and those people share it from there. It's a great way to network for sure.
Of course, I think like some people complain that a lot of the shroud of mystery that used to be around rock and roll has been lifted because of everything being so accessible these days. But at the same time, I think fans really appreciate that accessibility, and it sticks with them. I mean, it could change their lives sometimes.
I actually posed that question on Facebook ages ago, asking the fans what they thought about that. Do they like having the direct access, or do they prefer the days when there was that shroud of mystery, like you said? And pretty much universally across the board, everybody's like, oh no, we love being able to talk to you. And that, going into the whole thing, that's one of the things I thought about too, is where I 10-year-old Chris Kael wanting to reach out to Gene Simmons and hey, I really like the new album, and to have him just either like the comment or respond, just something quick, that the effect that would have had on me at that young age.
Right. I mean, growing up, we didn't have that. I mean, it was like you send snail mail out to somebody with a postage stamp and hope that it maybe ended up at their address.
And then four weeks later, you got a catalog from Adam Ant.
So is it hard for you guys to stay so active with the fan base being so large? I'm sure that it's got to get pretty hectic to try and respond to everything.
I mean, it's part of the day, just like you would schedule time to go to the gym and take care of that. You work out and you eat, and that's part of the day. You work it into your schedule, and kind of that becomes part of your day as well. I probably spend, I'm a self-admitted social network addict. I love Twitter, love Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. So it's nice to be able to put stuff out there that people actually will respond to, and it kind of goes both ways for me. Kind of makes me feel good about myself that I'm reaching out and touching people the way that I'm touching them as well. Kind of sounded filthy.
A little bit. You make it social networking a dirty thing.
Yeah,
So can you talk about maybe like what the theme might be for the new album? Is there an overall concept or a theme?
With the album title, it was intentionally written to be like a gray area kind of thing. I hate to be talking about the shroud of mystery, leaving it up to the listener, but that's the lyrics are all written by Ivan, and he writes about things that actually happened to him, and it's almost his therapy. Able to talk about different things in life. Relationships failed, mad at the world, that kind of thing. But yeah.
You guys ever have any input in the lyrical content, or is it mostly all come from Ivan?
It's mostly him. He's got the ability to, like I said, touch people on a real visceral level, and that's his talent. So I mean, there's times when hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Clearly, it's a community effort in that sense. But generally speaking, we'll leave that all up to him. Yeah, we write the music and then give it to Ivan. He puts the icing on the cake, and it becomes Death Punch at that point.
Absolutely. So I know I read that he was going through a few personal issues that we don't really need to get into a lot of, but like, what kind of effect did that have on the recording process?
Brought everybody together closer, honestly. Yeah, when someone's going through something like that, you rally the troops and circle the wagons, and it's always been us against the world, and 5 dudes, great friends, and we'll always support each other throughout the whole thing. So no matter what anybody's going through, it's an inside thing, and we'll take care of one another.
That's great, and it's awesome that you guys have that camaraderie. I mean, your chemistry is quite apparent on the stage. I mean, your live show is just phenomenal
Thank
to
you very
watch.
much.
Oh, no problem. So, on Mayhem Festival, what's been one of the craziest things that you've witnessed this summer?
Craziest thing I've witnessed on Mayhem, probably Rob Flynn in a prom dress.
It's interesting.
Call me, Rob. You look good that day. Nice work, buddy. No, we have theme parties every now and then thrown by the bands out here on Mayhem, and I forget whose party it was that night even. Clearly it was a good party if I forget who was throwing the party. But it was a prom, night of the prom, and Rob literally that afternoon went out to Goodwill, picked up a prom dress, had his hair up in a ponytail, full makeup and everything. So it's that was a hell of a sight seeing one of your favorite frontmen of all time up there dressed in a pink prom dress.
That's crazy. It seems like so fun. I mean, I've been hearing so much about these parties and the themes and everything, and it's great that you guys do that for each other. I think it's awesome.
Mastodon had a crazy one last night.
I heard.
I don't know if it was like a circus theme or a clown theme, but yeah, there was like fire breathers and all kinds of stuff last night. Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, everyone's talking about it. Like, I am sad I missed this party, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's Mayhem is a basically summer camp for all of us. You got all your friends out here that you haven't seen in a while, and able to just kind of hang out and enjoy the summer. We enjoy it as much as the fans do. That's for damn sure. Everyone looks forward to Mayhem, whether it's bands, it's the fans. Everybody looks forward to Mayhem, and they're doing it right.
Awesome. So what are some of your goals for the rest of 2013?
2013, obviously we got the album coming out next week, available for pre-order on fivefingerdeathpunch.com. Would like to see that place real high on the Billboard charts. We debuted at number 3 with American Capitalist, so looking for either 2 or 1 on this one. We're up against Robin Thicke on this one, apparently. So, yeah, he's a pop star, and we understand, but if we rise up, we can get it done. So
well, I mean, that's the thing. People, I mean, I'm telling you, rock music is due for a resurgence. I think it's happening, and I think that anybody that says it's dead has not come out to any of these festivals or tours and just seen what it's all about.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's always been a community, will continue to be a community, and basically just looking to continue the Death Punch surge, really. And we're always pushing, always working. Very rarely have any downtime. I mean, from the time we got off of Trespass America and into the studio, I think we had 4 days off.
I know, it's been nonstop.
Right back into it, yeah. So we try to stay busy, and fans are always out there clamoring to see tours and get new songs. So we love you, and we're going to keep on doing it for you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me for a few minutes. I appreciate it, and we definitely look forward to seeing a lot more of you guys this year. Awesome. Gotta hear this new album.
Thank you. Yeah.